Okay guys, back here again. I have the 3 solar panels set up. As you can see, I got a little on this side and a little on this side. Well, a lot more on that side. The reason I can't go any further with one more panel is because I made them cut this at 9 feet long. Because if you guys remember, my measurement of how wide the tiny house was 8 foot 0.6 inches. So I didn't trust my measuring. I just said make it 9, and then I can cut it down to size. So I'll probably end up cutting this end off and all that fun stuff. But right now, I'll show you. I'll come around and show you. This aluminum racking is just awesome stuff. It basically sits right on there, guys. See that? There's just a little bit of overhang, maybe a 1/4 inch sticking up. Let me zoom in. Maybe you can see it better. Yeah. So 1/4 inch sticking up. But yeah, that's pretty awesome, guys. So that means since I'm going to be using 6 solar panels to start with, I'm going to have these 3 and then another 3 with another setup just like this. Now remember this, the horizontal piece that goes down the whole thing that will be duplicated on this side, and then they will be bolted into angle iron that'll be sticking up a little bit on the rooftop. So it'll be bolted there to hold the horizontal pieces, and then each of these panels will be bolted in 2 places on the horizontal angle iron here. So it'll be bolted one there, one there, one there, one there. Same for each panels, and go from there. So doing it this way, I can get them tight, because normally you can't get them tight on the roof unless you do something kind of special like I'm doing. So that way it saves space, and then I can clean these things pretty nicely actually, so that'll be good. What do you guys think? Will I have issues with water freezing in between this crack? Let me know in the winter time, because there is going to be snow up here. But then again, these panels get warm and it'll melt. This stuff will it'll warm up and melt and all that good stuff. So that's what it looks like on the ground, guys. And I can basically get my drill markers now and start working on that. Exactly where we're gonna go. I'm just thinking decent amount of space between them. If you guys see my fingers, one there for a bolt going through, and then duplicate that on the other side. So that's pretty good. That's really good actually. And then when this stuff is cut off, I can take my 4-foot pieces here, and they'll be screwed to the sides of the tiny house all the way down, and then bolted right here, bolted to here vertically, and then that'll hold these suckers down pretty well, I would think. They're going to be bolted in 4 spots, so basically at the corners. And yeah, so pretty excited, guys. Pretty happy with that. I got a light. The camera light's pretty bright in my face, but whatever. So pretty happy. He didn't charge me yet for the angle iron, so he's going to work out some type of deal with me. So that's awesome, because I'll definitely need more, because 6 panels out of my 20 is nothing. And that's just to get me up and running, get me going in the tiny house. A single battery for all this. If you guys go to if you guys missed my load videos, how much equipment I will be using in the tiny house, go check that out. Now, a lot of you guys are saying, humming and hawing, oh, you're not going to run the air conditioner or the induction cooker. That's fine. For the meantime, I don't need them. I can run everything else, no ifs, ands, or buts, and there's going to be no issues. So, well, if there is issues, you guys will be able to see it as I do my daily videos here. But so far so good. I am not worried about the air conditioner and the induction hub right now. Induction cooker, if you guys don't know what the hub is. Yeah, this is looking great. I had to run around and grab, where's my finger? This box, another box of solar panels. There's still one in this one. And then, so we got 2, 4, 6, 3 boxes, guys. So this box, this one, whoops, there's my finger, and one other box, and that'll start me off on my solar. So, pretty awesome. Now I just got to get my drilling done, and then also I need to start figuring out wiring. Here, I'll lift a panel up and show you guys that. I think this one, upside down, of course, which I gotta, oh yeah, what I did was I took some red electrical tape and marked the positive wire. Okay, so these are the plugs. This is a female, because it has because you can plug stuff into it, and this is the male, which is the plug end. So I can actually hook this into this, but never do that, or you will short this panel out and lose lots of money. Never do that. I'm just, for demonstration purposes, this connector can plug into there, but never do it. Never put the negative and positive together, ever, ever, ever. Sorry, I gotta repeat that, but don't do that ever. What I will be doing is I'll be taking this negative wire, hooking a lead on, and running it into the tiny house. From there, this positive will be hooked up to a negative on another panel, right here. Okay, I'm doing a series circuit, so that means I'm taking this 12 volts and hooking it up in series to another panel, so that will increase the voltage by another 12. So you're adding 12, 12, 12, depending on how many panels you use. I'm using 6 panels, which will give me 72 volts and lower amperage. Okay, the more volts you have, the less amps, the less wire size you need. Now, I don't want to confuse anybody. I'll show you. Now, let me explain this. So this wire, let's say this is my very first panel I'm putting up, okay? This is the negative. The negative wire goes directly inside my tiny house to the negative side of the charge controller, okay? The positive wire does not until it connects through all 6 of my other solar panels. When I hook this up to the 6th panel, the last one, this plugs into the negative of the last solar panel, okay? The positive that's left over will be ran inside the tiny house and hooked up to the charge controller positive side. So if you can kind of picture it, this positive hooks up to 6 negative solar panel connections, And then the final connection is at the charge controller, which controls all the power coming in. And make sure your battery doesn't overcharge and explode. So, but hopefully I explained that okay. If not, let me know in the comments. But anyway, guys, I'm gonna get these solar panels ready. I don't know if they're all electrical taped. I'm gonna have to. I know this box isn't because I had to open it on camera. That one. I have to put positive electrical tape wire on there. But these ones were done because this box has been opened for inspection and all that. So anyway, let me move the solar panel back. This gives you a good idea of what the hell I'm doing at the tiny house, guys. And that's crooked, but whatever. So now, basically, what I want to do here is I'll measure this, the width of this angle iron, and at the halfway mark, drill my hole. That way, I don't hurt the panel, and it's low enough that I can get a bolt in and do everything like that. So that's gonna work out just fine, guys. So I'll pick you up and we'll take a little walk around. Now I will have to modify, cut this guy to fit. I'll probably take a piece over to the tiny house, angle iron wise, and see exactly how that's gonna look up there. Hey, this is the most sun these panels seen in a long time. But yeah, so pretty excited. A lot of work to do, guys. I got to drill all the holes, a lot of cutting. This isn't gonna happen this year, I guarantee it, because I have to do this. I have to use all the aluminum there to make this work. So this, for this racking, 2 pieces of 9-foot aluminum, horizontal, and then four pieces, 1 for each corner, boom, 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 and boom, of 4-foot aluminum. The 4-foot will be, pretend we're on the tiny house roof right now. This is what you'll see. I'll need another piece over here to join this in, keep everything tight and bolted together. And then these 4 corners will be bolted to this angle iron, which will be sticking up vertically on these corners like this, and they'll be vertically bolted in. And these, the rest of the time, these will be just screwed into the tiny house all the way down with washers, and preferably with screws that don't rust. And then yeah, that'll hold my 6 solar panels up there. And then I'll run the wiring, like the wiring will be hooked up, but then I'll run it off to the side somewhere where I can you know, to bring it into the tiny house without issues. I may drill a hole. I have a large hole drilled for all my solar panel wiring, which I shouldn't have done, but it's there. I'll probably just run it through there through a conduit. I got some watertight. I'll run the wires through that into the tiny house and then stuff that hole with spray foam or something, and I can knock the spray foam out later at a later time for when I add the rest of the panels, and so on and so forth. So I'm gonna have 6. It'll look like this with another set, guys, behind it, and there are only going to be 2 wires coming out of all these panels, a negative and a positive, and they're going to run into the tiny house to the charge controller, and from the charge controller, that's going to run to a battery, and then from there an inverter, and to power all my household stuff in the tiny house. So hopefully I explained that enough for you guys. Stick with me. We're learning and going as we need. Questions. If you guys have questions, comment below. I'll try and answer as best I can. And we'll go from there. Now these aren't going to be sitting flat on the roof. They're going to be up a couple inches, so there's an airflow underneath. And which the added bonus to this, guys, is when they're on the roof, when my whole tiny house roof is covered, it will be shading the roof. Okay, so the roof, tiny house roof, will be mostly in the shade of these panels. Okay, so that will help keep the tiny house cooler, which will be nice, very nice. So, bonus, added bonus to doing this. And these are good. Now the only downfall to this is horizontal, guys. Everything's going to be on the flat up there. So if let's say it snows, I'm going to have to get up on a ladder on either side of the tiny house with a nice microfiber cloth and push off the snow off the panels. And I won't scrape them or scrape ice off or anything like that whatsoever, because once you get the majority of the snow off, the sun will actually do the rest. These panels will start to heat up, it'll start melting whatever residuals on there, and then you're good to go. So pretty happy about that. So I must have scored a great deal with the aluminum, and I'm going to order the same set again from them for the next time I do solar. I have enough here to do the 6 panels though, so that don't worry about that. And the next thing I have to do is then order the charge controller and battery, but that'll be later once I get some work done on the racking here. So in the meantime, guys, I'm going to tape electrical tape on the positive leads of the solar panels. And I might film that, so that's it for now.